As they say, every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We are the strongest when we cheer each other on. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Crown, Memories with Dreams. My name is Anu Sharma, and I am your current reigning Mrs. India USA Pennsylvania and your host. I'm so excited for today's episode because we have yet another beauty queen with us who will be sharing her pageantry experience, her accomplishments, and hopefully will be inspiring many others. So, ladies and gentlemen, please brace yourself for our special guest who has been crowned as Mrs. India USA 2019, Mrs. India Worldwide second runner-up, and she bagged a couple other titles. She is also an IT professional and a professional dancer. So hello, everyone, and welcome our special guest for today, Vidhi Dave. Hi, Vidhi. Thank you for joining us, and we are so excited for today's episode.
Thank you, Anu. Thank you for wonderful introduction. Thank you for having me on this show.
Sure. So starting right off the bat, how about we talk about pageantry? Because I just feel that, we met at the same platform. You were there for my crowning moment as well. And I really connect for that. So I would really love to know, what made you go into the pageantry and, what made you actually go for this competition?
So, I love this question. To be honest with you, I've been answered many times on this question, but I'll tell you honestly, for pageantry, it comes from within, first of all. The passion needs to be there in order to move forward in this world. And also my journey started way back ago, almost like 6-7 years ago, when I was Miss, before even turned into Mrs. When I was Miss, I tried the same pageant, but luckily, I don't know what to say, luckily or unfortunately, but that year something happened and I couldn't participate that year. So I had to wait for a couple of more years. Then after I got married, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try now. So then after my marriage, I tried pageant. So 5 years of waiting. And then I started with the state pageant. I got one of the title in state pageant. I'm from Connecticut State. I used that opportunity to participate in nationals, and then I won the national title. And after winning the national, of course, I tried worldwide. I represented USA as my country at the worldwide, and then I came back with 2 more titles, which you just mentioned.
Wow, that's such a proud moment to represent your country. But wow, that's amazing. So you mentioned that you already tried entering into the pageant when you were under Miss category. So I'm so curious now. I would love to know, what's the difference now? I'm sure you have started your preparations.
So one example I can give is in Miss category, we have age criteria, right? So when I was Miss, I was still unmarried, but I passed the age criteria. So I was above age 27, and 27 was the cutoff. So I just turned 27 and the pageant was happening after 2 months once I turned 27. So that's something that I could not participate. So it's not like I participated and did not win or anything. I wasn't even eligible to participate, basically. So that type of scenario happened. So I really had to wait. And even though 28, 29, I was still single, but I still cannot participate until I'm married. So age criteria was one of the things. But other than that, I kind of waited and I holded that passion in me. I'm like, no matter what, I'm going to do it by one point. So as soon as I got married, and the same year, the first year, I started with the Mrs. category and I went to that far, basically.
Wow. So how has been your journey so far after being a title winner? How has, all the things changed for you, before the title and now after the title?
Before the title, life was more simpler. After the title, life was more exciting. A lot of opportunities came. After the title, of course, it helped me a lot professionally and personally, both. Also, after the title, the reign was my amazing experience, which I enjoyed the most. Lot of opportunities came. You get to invite a lot of people to different meetings, different events, and then you go there, you meet people, you meet connections. It's like a whole bunch of story. But just to summarize, long story short, I would just say that Entire year of my reign was extremely busy, very exciting, very energetic, lot of connections, lot of positivity, and it helped a lot to achieve the goals, basically what I had set for my reign.
Great. So wonderful story. I must say, I mean, these days, pageants are also way more than, just a sheer beauty. And we get this platform to do way more for the community and for making a difference in the world. So how has your journey from that perspective?
And I totally agree with you, Anu, because what I've seen that there is a misconception when people think about pageant is just like a beauty pageant where you go wear good clothes and just walk on the ramp. That's not the concept of pageant. Actually, pageant is a lot more than that. And I'm extremely happy that I have chosen this path. And of course, I have to thank the Ramatma Saran Uncle, IFC, for this great opportunity. But to be very honest with you, it's more than just the showcasing beauty. It's basically more like if you have a goal or a purpose where something that you need world to see in you, that's where it comes from. Like you can showcase your talent, you can definitely tell the world what you're going to do with this title. You have an opportunity to bring the difference. Basically, that's what something I would look at it, instead of just thinking about wearing nice outfits and walking on the ramp.
So true, Vidhi. And there's one thing that I, always like to ask my fellow Mrs. contestants as well, and whom I was competing with, and now with you, I've gotten this opportunity to ask. Being a Mrs. category I feel is very different from somebody who has been, nominated or has been a winner for Miss category or Miss Teen, because of so many obvious reasons, and so many
Yep.
responsibilities that you have on your shoulders. So what are your thoughts and what has been your experience, competing in a pageant with all of these responsibilities, and how have you been able to contribute by yourself?
That's a very good question. And I've also heard this question from a lot of Mrs. category contestants in the past. But see, I mean, it's not difficult. Being a Mrs., yes, we do have responsibilities, balancing between professional life, personal life, families, two sides of families, right? Because you're Mrs. Category and you know better than me probably in this. So, but what I would say, Anu, like definitely if we manage our time very well, like if we know like what exactly how we plan our days, like how we plan our week, where to put this type of things, everything is doable. We just need to manage properly. I personally don't see any challenge of like not paying attention on something and not paying attention on a second thing. But I would say, yes, everything is doable if you just plan properly and a little bit ahead of the time.
So rightly said. I cannot agree more with you on that. Women have to play so many different roles, and you have to have that perfect work-life balance to be able to juggle between all the different roles and being able to perform. So definitely, that's rightly said. I know that you're also a professional dancer, Vidhi. Tell us a bit more about your dancing career and your journey.
So, and this is something which is I would say it's passed on to me in genes. I would say it that way. So, my mom originally, she's a professional dance teacher and she had her own dance school for 32 years. So, since I was 1 year old, I was roaming around in her dance school from my childhood. And I grew up in the same culture. There are lot of students around me, morning to evening. I see this world around me. So definitely through her, and of course I was so much passionate from beginning in an art field. So I had my training completed in Bharatanatyam. I have degrees in it. I have also professional training completed in Kuchipudi. I'm professional Kathak dancer as well. And after coming to United States, I've gotten training in American contemporary dance as well. So a little bit of everything, but still, I mean, I loved being in dance culture, regional dance classes I have also joined. as we say in India, right? Folk dance classes. That's also something that we have performed throughout the different states of India as well. So like there's a lot huge. I mean, I can take up all your 2 hours just talking about this, but I wouldn't use a lot of hours. But it's just that it's just inbuilt in me forever.
Wow, that is so inspiring. And I must say, it's actually another connecting point with me because I love dancing myself as well. And my mom has been a very good dancer as well. And I know we have shared a lot, many moments together. So speaking of that, would you like to share any moments, perhaps any opportunities where you had a chance to shake a leg with your mom?
Yes, definitely. So that was, I think, one of the Diwali show in Connecticut. We performed on one classical item. It's a Shiva-based song, and I mean, if you want to know a little bit more on that, she had an injury in her legs,
Whoa.
and her role was more on performing on a Shiva, and I was Parvati in the same song. But
Ooh.
she had to take that pose and just on the one spot just for 15 minutes in a one situation. And even though with that injury, she kind of stood up and she did not lose her balance for 15 minutes. And I was playing more Parvati role on the same stage around her, and I had to express a little bit of like a storyline in the throughout the form of dance. But it was a lot of fun. Of course, my confidence was less that time being next to her, because like I said, she's more professional, and my dance guru, I would say, another way around. So definitely, but it worked out well. The show was amazing and we all did a great job.
Wow, that is so encouraging to hear that. And I know that these are some of those moments you also get to connect with your loved ones. You know, if there is any hobby or anything that kind of connects, you have that common interest. So that's definitely very inspiring to hear about that. So speaking of your hobby, and I know we have just passed a very hard 2 years of pandemic, and everybody has been trying to embrace themselves and trying to look for different hobbies, trying to make best use of their time. How has been your journey during that tenure of pandemic, and anything that you would like to share with our viewers today?
All right. So yeah, so pandemic definitely has impacted a lot of people in this world. Um, I would say every single life was impacted because it's a new norm. Everyone had to stay home and tried different activities, how to keep ourselves very busy. But the way we managed our time, I would say we did a lot of home remodeling projects. So we kind of painted some walls and garage work and whatever is the fix we needed to do, how to improve different corners of the home, basically how to make it more beautiful. So that's a one project. The second one, I would say I took some professional career related courses that also helped me to improve my future goals, basically. And also I kind of engaged myself in a lot of book readings, a lot of courses, cooking related courses. So I always try to find out different ways to keep myself busy. So it did not impact in a bad way, I would say.
Wow, that's awesome. So speaking of, how you have been spending your time, and especially how you utilized your time during the pandemic, what were the major challenges, during that time? I know that you're also a young mom of a beautiful daughter. So has there been any challenges with respect to that, with the schools being closed? And you have to be with the kid as well, along with managing the professional career. So how has that come along for you?
Yeah, so the only challenge I have seen during the pandemic is because my daughter was born right middle of the pandemic, when the cases were highest in United States. So medical facilities and a lot of places we had restrictions. They're not letting family member come in. Also, we can have like certain visits of the doctors, hospitals, and different places. Appointments weren't there. things weren't available in the market. So those are just some of the challenges I would talk about, but like it wasn't the showstopper. Like we always try to find out a way and find the solution to it.
Absolutely. That's what, when we say women are the strongest, because we find a solution for every problem. And I know that's exactly what I teach my kids as well, although they're really small. My twin babies, they're 4 years old, but I try to teach them, as much as I can, to be strong and powerful, in whatever they plan to do. So tell us a bit more about all the wonderful work that you have been doing. And I also know that you have been awarded multiple times. So share a little bit about that.
Sure, definitely. And yeah, this is kind of ties back with the original question about what has pageant done in our life, right? So I can definitely describe over here. After winning title, when I said my life became so busy, definitely I've done more than 85 events. You go to different places and motivate people, but on top of that, it's just not about that. On top of it, there are a lot of people have recognized this work, because you're kind of connected with the society, right? So I've got one of the award, which is from the state mayor of government of Connecticut. So I got the proclamation award from the government. I have also got one award, a Woman of the Year award from the Lara Datta. I got to meet 5 to 7 celebrities in the same year through different events. There are 3 more awards I have gotten that same year. Also, my career-related award also have gotten one of the Academy from UK, United Kingdom. And on top of it, I've also got one award, which is a philanthropist category, because I've done a lot of charity work. So Anu, I always had a goal of getting into the charity work after winning the title. So I went to Africa. I did donate a lot of things over there. I supported one of the, it's called Abandoned Children's Center, where we go and we donate food, shelter, money, clothing, books, pens, so whatever they need, basically. So I went to Africa. I supported those about 65 children, and there were 70 women living in the same area. So that is my something, that achievement I was always been proud of. And also for that work, I've gotten the philanthropist category award as well. So combining everything, I would say it was a great journey with the work is been done in that particular year, 2019.
Wow, many congratulations for the amazing work that you have been doing with me. And definitely many congratulations for all the awards that you have received. As a title holder, and with all of these multiple roles that you have been leading, what advice would you like to give to other girls who are thinking of pursuing, their participation in the pageantry world?
My biggest advice to all the women out there, like, definitely take chance in your life. If you haven't tried pageant, I think you're missing out on a big thing, and you don't know what you're missing, basically. On top of it, like I said, pageants are really for, it's really for not just for the beauty. It's not just for the, like, showcasing like how you walk and you get to mingle with other people. Like, you really need to have a purpose. Beauty should always come with the purpose. So have a purpose. It's not for just to put on the crown and go to different places, right? The purpose needs to be very clear, that with this crown, what I want to do. If that is something clear in people's head, then definitely people should try the pageants, go further, and it's basically changing the life. I'm still getting a lot of calls. I'm still getting my friends, like, I'm getting invited by my friends from different places. And on top of it, the connections helped me a lot to do different things in the life, to still getting involved in a lot of social work. still getting involved in a lot of places where you can make some changes. So that's the platform which is, I think, pageant is for. And like I said, people should have a clear goal and then dig into.
Wow, that's a wonderful advice. Well, Vidhi, thank you so much for joining us today. I thoroughly enjoyed chatting with you and getting to know more about you, learning all about all of your accomplishments and awards. And at the same time, I would also like to give a big thanks to Dharmatma Saran and Neelam Saranji for creating this amazing platform and letting all the deserving girls come out there, come out of their comfort zone, a platform to showcase their talent, and also an opportunity to voice for the notions that they believe in. Thank you, everybody, and thank you to all the viewers for joining us. Please go ahead and subscribe to the Facebook and YouTube channel of Mana TV International and stay tuned for a repeat telecast for this. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mana TV, and thank you, Anu. Thanks for everyone.
Sure.